Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday. It's been a wild week. Work's been crazy, the world's been crazy, but we are here to just take a little reprieve. Yesterday, I drove up to Cleveland for a backers screening of Chris Stuckman's Shelby Oaks. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty freaking sweet. So I'm excited for that to come out. I don't think it's going to come out to the public until October 24th, but definitely for Halloween, it's going to be a pretty interesting watch, I think. I think it's going to be a great Halloween watch. Did I get to meet Chris? Yeah, I did. There was a meet and greet just before it, photo op, stuff like that, and then he hung out outside the theater after the movie, after the Q&A, and just kind of talked to everybody. So yeah. Yup. A lot of fun. Super nice dude, man. Didn't even realize that it was his hometown. Completely floated over my head on that front. But we chit-chatted about the X-Files for a little bit. Obviously he had a pretty long line, so I didn't talk his ear off or anything like that, but it was a lot of fun. I didn't have the best seat in the house because I opted to go get a large popcorn, even though we were given a free one, which ended up costing me a good seat. I didn't realize that they were actually down by the locked off theater, so I went and got in the normie ass line. And yeah, whoop. Oh well, I still enjoyed it from where I was. I did get a little bit of a kink in my neck, but it worked out all the same. I'm the first one to remind you of Dana Terrace's brand new series, Knights of Guinevere, is premiering next week. To remind me that it's premiering next week, yes, that it exists, certainly not. But I didn't realize it was coming out so soon. So in that case, yes. What's up, Christian? Hey, Michael, I forgot to mention last week, but I started watching Twisted Metal. Hell yeah. And I'm currently on 2-8, close to being caught up, and I've been watching your reactions as well. I'm really liking the show. The comedy can be really immature, but it mostly gets me to laugh, and the characters are great. Sometimes it's so immature, it verges on cringe, and then sometimes it's so cringe that it's funny again anyway. I love it to death. I really enjoy it. You can tell that the people behind the show actually played the games, all things considered, despite my hang-ups going into it because of the premise, or not the premise, but the setting, the choice of setting. They clearly in execution know what they're doing, and I hope we're getting to season 3. I don't think they've officially announced anything just yet. I'll just say this week's episode of Peacemaker was okay, but some of the jokes went on a bit too long for me personally. I do like where it's going, however. I do also like where it's going, but I'm also feeling like we've been walking to where it's going for a long time. And I feel like in season 1, we didn't have to wait so long for the story to really move forward. I feel like we've been kind of treading in the same spot these first 4 episodes, if that makes any sense. And I'm ready for it to transition. What's up, JC? How are you? What's up, Traineers 2? Hey, Omni, was there any issues with Helluva Boss on Prime? Oddly enough, no. I uploaded it fine, just like I normally would, and I didn't have any issues. Weirdly enough, though, the first upload, I didn't change anything, and nothing got flagged. But then I realized there was like a couple little editing mistakes here and there, so I went back, tweaked those, and then re-uploaded it. And then the second upload, the song at the end, the rock version of the Imp jingle, actually got a WMG claim. And I was like, oh, well shit, why the fuck didn't that happen the first time? That's annoying. So I just went back, added a denoise on it, threw it back up, and I still have the full episode up. It's perfectly fine. I'm honestly pretty surprised that it works. It's so far the same. Warner's Group Music, I believe, is what it stands for. It's the music company that owns Atlantic Records, which is the company that Spindlehorse is partnered up with for all of their Has-Been Hotel, Helluva Boss soundtracks moving forward. Which makes sense, because that very same day is when the official soundtrack released for both seasons. With with longer editions of songs for certain episodes and like a bunch of fun stuff, man. Did I know Luna's age before they confirmed it? I knew she was in her 20s. I didn't know how old I knew she was, because I knew she was about to turn 18 when she was in the orphanage, and she's been with Blitz for a long time, and I'm pretty sure at some point, like, it was at least very heavily alluded to. I thought she was in like her later 20s, but yeah, her being 22 makes sense, which means it's been like 5 years since Blitz adopted her at this point. With Yondu mentioning how John looks like Hagrid, gave me two thoughts. One is that Harry Potter is now canon to the DCU. Two is that, oh, I was like, Yondu, what are we talking about here? Michael Rooker, gotcha. It's canon to the DCU. Two, that is John should have played Hagrid in the TV show. Joking. I mean, he probably would have done a fine job. It would have been outside his purview, I think. But yeah, what's up, Ronan? How you doing, man? Hope you're enjoying your weekend. What's up, Bianca and Erlen? How are you? What's up, Caller with Alex? How are you? Stareface is here. Happy Saturday on me. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. I could use more sleep. I spent 8 hours on the road yesterday. I drove up the first 4 hours while I was still technically, well, not even technically, I was clocked in and on shift for work. I just had my laptop plugged in to my, to the car charging station, and, just kind of kept making sure I didn't have anything I needed to do. Thankfully, I got there before any of my actual coverage shifts started. So, like, I had a 4-hour block where I didn't have, like, I wasn't meant to be watching the queue or anything, so, like, it worked out. So on that 4-hour block, I made it. I got to the parking lot, and then I logged in and monitored the queue for work for the 2 hours leading up to it. So it worked out, but it was a long day because I was already pretty tired. But I ended up having to take a 2-hour power nap at a rest station on the way home. It was like 2 in the morning, I think, 2 or 3 in the morning. And I got home at about 6 this morning. I did answer that question earlier. I did, in fact, meet Chris while I was there. What's up, Jazzy? What's up, Logan? How are you? Life's good, good, good. Let's see. What's up, Sean? How are you? What's up, Smack Pappy? Thought you were watching Community. No, I've never seen a single episode of the Community. But I've heard great things about it. I have indeed. Let's see. How is everyone? So far, I mean, if that's directed to everybody in here, everything's doing well. I hope everybody's doing well. And over on this front, other than being a little tired at the moment, I'm doing pretty good. Have I ever seen Laurel and Hardy? I've seen clips, but I've never actually seen a full one of their features or episodes, no. Which have you seen? Smallville, Supernatural, or both? I've seen a single episode only of Supernatural, and I've seen a bulk of... Not a bulk. I've seen like a fair amount of Smallville. I've seen all of Season 1, most of Season 2, all of Season 8, all of Season 10, and then spotty episodes in between, in just kind of like, because I just wasn't able to keep up with it while it was on air, because obviously when it was coming out, I was watching it when it was live, so some days I would just miss episodes and there was no way to actually catch up with it, and I never really went back to kind of check in on it all. Let's see. What's up, Nikki? How are you? I'm doing good. Hope you had a good week. It's been pretty exhausting, but for the most part, we're making it through. Finally finished season 2 of the X-Files. Hell yeah. I hope you're still on board. It's been a thrilling ride. You're in for some more treats. Especially because by this point, the show's kind of found itself, and there's a lot of fun storylines coming up. Actually, you've gone through a couple things here already. Yeah, you're getting into some meaty stuff, I think. And then just some off-the-wall, real fun Monster of the Week episodes. What's up, Regine? How are you? Nice, happy for her. Me too, man. Me freaking too. Proud of him. It's always nice when a fellow tuber winds up making that gap, bridging that gap. Let's see. What's up, Roberto? How are you doing? I'm doing good. Like I said, a little tired, but pretty okay. What's up, Rice Cake? How are you? Did I see the first look of Dr. Doom's suit? I saw there was like a light show thing, and it was mostly just like lights. I don't know if it was like drones, fireworks. I don't know exactly what it was. Some kind of weird lighting display that kind of showed off, I mean, the vaguest of looks at Dr. Doom. I wouldn't even call that a good first look. What's up, Charlotte? How are you? Have I seen the new Helluva Boss episode that just came out on Prime? Are you subscribed to the channel? Make sure you have notifications on. We reacted to it 2 hours after it dropped. We had my reaction to that episode up. So go check that out if you haven't. I have definitely seen it. Hey Omni, I'm not gonna make the live today. I have a whole list of stuff to do today, and the worst part is that I'm freaking tired. I've been up since yesterday at 5. God damn, you got me beat then. This is one of 2. Where's the other one? But I just wanted to say that Wendy is so awesome, and maybe is just such a vibe. And with the Mafia short for Helluva Boss, it made me hate Crimson more. Yes. That's kind of what that was meant to drive home, I believe. Oh, and more, I want to hear something disturbing. So a guy named... Oh, I want to hear something disturbing. So a guy named... This turned into more. This guy named... What? So, wait, hold up. So a guy named... So we have something new, someone named WV Pisser. He pisses around the whole bathroom except for the toilet. I think there was like a disconnect between these two messages, but that's interesting. Alrighty then. I'm aware that the new Helluva Boss episode is on YouTube, just not my Vibsy Pop. Is it? I mean, it's going to be, but it shouldn't. I mean, from what they said, it shouldn't be out yet. I mean, maybe it's just to ease the transition. Maybe they released this one a little bit early, but it's supposed to be Amazon Prime only for 45 days. Well, you have people that have uploaded it to YouTube. It's not officially on YouTube. We've got people uploading it, just the full episode by itself, on rogue secondary accounts. That is not official. Do not support that. Do not watch those. That's kind of fucked up. God, a lot of people have been posting the episode. I guess that's bound to happen, but that's going to cause problems for us then. If they start hammering down on that, that's going to make it very difficult for the reactor sphere, I'm sure, if that starts catching wind. People bypassing it like that. That's kind of fucked. Did I see the Nintendo Direct? No, I don't really watch them most of the time. I'll catch up after the fact if there's anything interesting. I mean, I commented on Twitter about the Poketopia or whatever. That Ditto game. And that was dark as hell. Kind of skirts right by the opening bit of that trailer. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really see anything else for it. I'm excited for Gen V this week. I am. Any plans for the weekend? I'm watching Meet the Robinsons tonight. That's the winner of our latest movie poll, so I'm going to be watching that tonight. and then just recording stuff like I normally do. Tomorrow's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, and Young Royals. Those are my recording days. I'm really mad that the Sound of Music 4K Blu-ray release is not being released here in Canada. Thanks again, Disney. Really? Is it not? I mean, I wonder if that... I wonder if there's any, like economical reasons that they, you know, didn't do like a wider NA release of that. That's interesting. What's up, Sean? How are you? Felt that was a great season, and I'm looking forward to continuing. Hell yeah. Did I see the Super Mario Galaxies teaser? I did, and I'm just kind of like, eh. I mean, I liked the first one fine enough. It was fun. I have no nostalgia for Galaxy. I never played it. That came out long after I stopped playing Mario games, so I don't really have much for it. Question: if K-pop Demon Hunters and Dante, Virgil, and Nero switched worlds, who would clean up whose world first? Well, if we're talking like power scaling, Dante, Virgil, and Nero are substantially more powerful than we've seen any of the Demon Hunters actually. You know, like if we're comparing feats and stuff, like they got nothing on them. So like I would imagine Dante, Virgil, and Nero would clean up so much more. But then again, you gotta wonder, if you switch worlds, the Demon Hunters and K-pop Demon Hunters, their powers, and this is something I didn't realize watching it, their weapons are formed from the Honmoon. So I'm wondering if their weapons are the only thing in that world that can actually send demons back. So I'm wondering if regular old, well, I mean, most of what Dante, Virgil, and Nero wield are demonic weapons, so maybe it would work all the same. I'm just wondering if it would have an effect, kind of like how only the Keyblade can actually defeat a Heartless in Kingdom Hearts. Like Leon, Cloud, all of them, they can destroy the physical form, but the heart will just reform back into a brand new Heartless. You know, Keyblade wielders are the only ones that actually permanently release the heart from them. So I wonder if it has like an equal property to the whole thing. How excited am I for Has-Been Hotel Season 2 and for Helluva Boss Season 3? Super fucking excited. They're bringing back the Virtual Boy. Why the fuck would you do that? I gotta look into that, because maybe there's some updated, newfangled way they want to kind of go into that. Have I been seeing the Clayface set photos and videos? I've seen a couple of things here and there, but I haven't really dug into it too much. I saw one thing that supposedly had Robert Pattinson's fucking Batarang or Bat logo on it, which I don't know how much I put any faith in that, but we'll see. I love that John Economos stood up for himself. Sasha Bordeaux is a goddess. Sasha Bordeaux is fucking fine as hell. Yes, she is. All fun and games till half-baked Michael Rooker ritual dancing does the blood magic. Yeah, that was wild, and we just cold jumped straight to that. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? What's up, Assassin Alex? Heyo, it's been a while since I've been like commented on a live, but I've been wondering, since it's been like there's I've been wondering, since it looks like there's going to be some cameos again in Peacemaker, who do you think is going to show up? I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't know if it's going to be alt versions of characters from other universes, some characters we haven't actually seen yet in this timeline making a pop-up for the first time in Peacemaker, or what. I really don't know what to expect, to be completely honest with you, but I will just have to wait and see, man. Like 2 weeks away before we finally hit into that crazy stride that James Gunn's been teasing. What's up, Ethan? Also currently watching Savage Kingdom from National Geographic on Disney+. It's the most intense, gripping nature documentary series ever. Well, you're certainly hyping that thing up. Savage Kingdom. I haven't heard of it. I might have to look into that. Sounds interesting. If I got time, it's like I haven't watched a nature documentary in a long time, but it takes me back when I would have like just Animal Planet or National Geographic on as background noise for a long time back in the day when I had cable. Do you think Valentino is able to be redeemed? No. I want to believe that anybody can be, but I really fucking doubt it. I think it was a normal mid-season episode of Peacemaker with them answering how they found the pocket dimension door, but then posing new questions about how the dad made the helmets. I mean, yeah. But as far as like momentum goes, we are severely slogging through this season compared to the first season right now. What's up, KN? Bite me, Michael. Don't you dare threaten me. Anyway, let's see. The Super Mario Galaxy movie was announced yesterday. We talked about that just a little bit ago, actually. What was your opinion on the new season of Wednesday? I actually liked it, like, in whole, in its entirety. Again, I don't really like how it was broken up, even if it did make work easier for me on the editing and recording side of it. It just really, I just hate that it just stalls the momentum the way they did. But once it was all completed and all out, I really enjoyed it. I think I liked it more than season 1, actually. What's up, Albert? How are you? Hope you had a good week. It's been a pretty wild week, exhausting on the, the channel side of things and just work side of things, but everything's been pretty okay. We've made it through the week. Another week down. Let's see. Mario time. I agree, Omni. I'm waiting for the shoe to drop on Peacemaker. I don't know if it's just me, but I noticed Vigilante is sidelined this season. Compared to a lot of the other characters, he does seem to be appearing a lot less frequently and been used pretty sparingly, but I'm wondering if that'll change once we kind of get into the meat and the action of the season. What's up, Dion? How are you? If you think about the events of Helluva Boss are strange considering Imp is only starting when Luna is 22, and yet how old would she be at the current shorts and or episodes? I don't know, because how much time has passed from the start of the show to where we are now? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. First day of the week, I get full rest. I get brain fog. Nice. Let's see. When I saw the new episode of Helluva Boss, I thought this new character that I can't recognize in the new intro of the show, and thought it looked kind of like Octavia in a new outfit and hairstyle. You're talking about the shot like towards the end where it's showing like Stryker, Stella, and Drolfus Stolas, and then at the back there's like a silhouetted figure with like what looks like long tendril-like pigtails. Also looks like an owl. A lot of people are speculating that might be a grown-up Octavia. That might be a grown-up Via, which is going to be interesting if Androlphus and Stella send her down a villain arc. That would be very sad. But I think it also is the case too. Who knew that Luna would call Moxie gay? Yeah, it is funny that they went with that over her constant fat shaming from the pilot. That was an interesting diversion from that, I think. Especially since I'm pretty sure in later episodes they comment on him losing weight or something like that at a certain point in a future episode, but I could be misremembering. Let's see. I taught my history teacher loads of gay flags yesterday because he knows not even though half the people he knows are gay. My chemistry teacher, his friend. Interesting. Somebody's got a really weak gaydar then. What's up, Sarah? Just popping in to say hello? Well, hello. Sit down, stay for a while. Unless you can't, which is fine. Sorry, I forgot the character's name in Peacemaker. I should have just said the actor's name. All good. I just got real confused. I was like, wait a second, hold on. Are we talking about Marvel? I was like, who's John in Marvel? I didn't, because I'll stop like in a sentence when clearly the next sentence will explain a little bit more, give me more context. I don't read the full messages sometimes before I jump into a thought. Let's see. Is Michael Rooker's character from the comics? I have to imagine he probably is, but if he is, he's not one I've heard of. Perhaps Laurel and Hardy you should watch if you want to. Maybe one day, maybe one day. Speaking of Peacemaker, I know a lot of people find the whole bird blindness thing funny. I'm not one of them. I like the actor especially because of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I just don't find him funny. I think some of the jokes work, some of them not so much, but I think it's ran its course because they just keep hammering it in. It was funny a time or two, but like they keep coming back to it, and I don't find it that funny anymore. I agree with you, Omni. The Peacemaker does feel like it's dragging its feet a bit, but still good TV. Yeah, it's still good. It's still good. It is lacking that energy from season 1. I feel like. I have a feeling I know that the story of season 2 of Has Been Hotel. Okay. Might need to fix that sentence. What's up, Gavin? How are you? What's up? I'm not too much. Love the last episode of Peacemaker. The intro was fucked up with a tiny Dobby alien. The second the dad backhanded Chris's brother, I knew it was our universe. Yeah, it's kind of the vibes I got too. I think it's fair to assume that any of the flashbacks we get are going to be in our universe at this point. It says there's a 1 of 2, but I don't see your 2. Oh, here it is, all the way down here. Find out the door wasn't made by his dad was kind of a surprise, including the fact that later Chris says to Homegirl that part's complicated about his helmet. So I hope they explain that. That is a good thing. That is something I forgot to call out, was like there was that line where it's like, well then what about the helmets? How is it complicated? I hope we do get some answers about that. I'm happy they finally mentioned that Rick broke his back in Creature Commandos. I was worried they'd forget to mention it. Did I hear that Paramount might buy Warner Brothers? I heard that's like I've heard that as a rumor that's floating around, and that would be, I mean, that would be terrible for anybody that reacts to Warner Brothers stuff, because Paramount is demonic when it comes to permitting or playing fair with fair use. Hello there. It's Morbin time. What's up, Sketch? What's up, Darkly? How are you? I have to remember to wait before or after to eat when watching the X-Files. Speaking of episodes 22 and 24 of season 2. Just need a refresh. Which one's 22 and 24? Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I get you with that one. Don't worry. There's a couple more that you're going to be very, very... Maybe not eat while... I'll warn you. If you see the title Home in the episode, don't eat while you're watching it. That's what I'll say. What would happen if Vizzypop met Glitch? What would happen if they met? What do you mean? A lot of the people at Glitch are friends with Vivzy, so like I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Like if their styles meshed or the creators meshed. I'm a little confused on what you mean here. Saw Daryl Dixon season 3 premiere, and now his boat is on the way back to America, washed up on the shores of Spain. What is even happening in this thing anymore, man? Anyway, more like Doom for the first look trailer. Would it be insane if Paramount buys Warner Brothers? We might actually get the whole entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise on 4K Blu-ray. I mean, that would be a positive, I guess. Let's see. I've finished the Heartstopper books, and I'm ahead of the show, and I'm at page 136 on Solitaire, and there was definitely at a turning point of the story. Hell yeah. Been watching Twisted Metal. Hell yeah. What's up, Avalanche? Am I ready for the big amounts of joy and sadness to see in Stranger Things final season? No, because it's going to be a lot. I'm going to be so probably burned out by the end of the holidays, having not been able to enjoy them all that much. But I'm excited all the same because I fucking love Stranger Things. So it is kind of a double-edged sword. What's up, Sleepy? How are you? Happy Saturday. Missed your last couple of live streams, but enjoyed watching and rewatching your channel. Been working extra shifts at work as well. I'm glad you've been sticking around and engaging with everything. Glad we could see you here. Hope work's been treating you pretty well. Clarification, the girls would be landed in DMC 1 onwards, and Lady and Trish are there too. My comment still stands. Let's see. I wonder if alien species that was in Peacemaker's father shot. Oh, what kind of alien species that was. I've heard some people say that with all the imp talk from the last episode, or well, when we were introduced to that timeline, that this was a dimensional imp because he comments about hunting them and stuff like that. Though it doesn't look like any imp in DC's pantheon at all. Like none of them. Like the imps in DC, they're just little humans. They're just tiny little humans, from Mxyzptlk to Batmite to a whole multitude of them. None of them look anything like that creature. So I don't know. I don't really abide by that. I think the last 3 episodes of Peacemaker will really pick up if what Gunn is saying is true. That they're the best episodes out of the season. Yeah, it's just taking a while to get to that point, you know. Also, my Superman 4K Blu-ray release will be shipped to my house on September 23rd, 2025. I'm so excited. Hell yeah. Keep that collection growing. Dante, Virgil, and Nero are their DMC 5 versions. Again, that adds more fuel to the fire to my previous comment. No, they are on completely different levels than Huntrix. Did I see the new RE9 trailer? Looks thrilling and scary. I did! And yes, it does. I am excited. I can't wait. Which means I need to finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth before February. So hopefully I can get a jump on that, but we will see. You know, if Prime and YouTube start getting Helluva Boss, then what will happen if they need changes between the two of them? Well, I mean, it's going to be uncensored on Amazon. So it's going to wind up censored on YouTube, more than likely. So the version that's on YouTube will more than likely be censored or have segments cut out of it because they're making it for Prime, in which there are extremely fewer restrictions. So more than likely, the version that's going to end up on YouTube is going to, depending on how much they push the envelope in the actual proper season, you could see decently edited or censored versions of it on YouTube, depending. What's up, Kunai girl? How are you? Happy Saturday. Also, it's my 30th birthday today. Well, happy birthday. Welcome to the big 3-0. Speaking of birthdays, I just found out last night, because I was I was listening to Katie Sackhoff's podcast interview with Brandon Rogers. I didn't realize we were the same age. I thought he was younger than me. I mean, he is, but only by a couple of months. He was born in August 88. I was born in April. So like we're only a few months apart. So I only have him cleared by I thought he was like maybe at best late 20s. But no, we're both 88 babies. I did not know that. Dang, I forgot Gen V was releasing this week. Yep, 3 episodes. Right around the corner. Let's see, what day is Gen V Season 2 release? It's Thursday night, right? So Friday morning? It's... I can't remember. Okay, Wednesday night. Thursday morning, essentially. Or is it Wednesday morning? It just says Wednesday. So I wonder if it's going to be like 3 a.m. Wednesday or what. Which is going to be really annoying if that's the case. Let's see. Have you ever read a comic book? Of course. I don't read them much, but I've definitely read some. Not a lot, though. Meet the Robinsons is good. That's cool. Yes, yes, yes. Ever watched the last Witch Hunter movie? Years ago with Vin Diesel, a second movie is in the works. I never watched that fucker. No, I have not. once I did hear about the sequel though. Once an exploration of at least a couple of alien planets in DC. Love the new pilot remake. They did such a great job, and I'm obsessed with the new Imp song. Two little things that I didn't even notice when I was watching it is kind of like interesting is that obviously there's a lot of like biases and stuff like that. There's a couple things that could potentially be perceived as maybe like continuity errors in that when Blitz is giving his imaginary pitch for the office and stuff, one of the guys says, "I hate Christmas, that's how you know I'm bad," or whatever. And we don't find out until the Sinsmas episode that they don't know what Christmas is. So how did Blitz do that? So that's an interesting little thing that I didn't think about in the moment. He shouldn't have known what that is to even say that. And then the other thing was that when Stolas calls him out for never feeling sorry or remorse for his actions or anything like that, but in the office, he does very much so seem like he actually felt bad and he did apologize in the office. But then again, you're clouded, emotions get high, things happen, whatever. You know, it's a very different scenario. So that one's a little more forgiving. Anyway, just thought it was kind of fun to call out. Can't bloody wait for Gen V Season 2. Do you know Danny Mata by any chance? I do. I watch his stuff. I'm subscribed. I've met him. We've talked on Instagram a time or two. Yeah, I definitely know who he is. Do you believe the Doctor Doom design is real MCU design or a trick? I don't know. It just looked like generic Doctor Doom. So who knows? Meet the Robinson is so good. I recently rewatched it. I've never watched it, hence why we're going to be reacting to it. The only thing I remember is in the trailers and it's something I even quoted for a long time, having never seen the movie or anything. It was like the T-Rex thing, where it's just like, I got a big head and little arms. I don't know. I would just quote that, having never seen that movie at all. Love Meet the Robinsons. That movie is so underrated. One of my favorite Disney movies. The villain is top tier funny. Well, I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. Love Danny Mata. Reading the Lord of the Rings book this week. I would be down for a book accurate Lord of the Rings TV show one day if they stayed true to the lore. Movies were near perfect though. Hell yeah. I wonder why we haven't seen any footage on Monarch Season 2. Yeah, that's very true. We haven't seen anything since it was announced. You know, I might try to get a few animators, hopefully for my stories for the Razorverse. Hell yeah. Can't wait for the last 2 episodes of Alien Earth. I hope it's a satisfying ending given how intriguing it's been so far. Same. I don't know if we'll ever see a Blade movie in the MCU. I think we will one day, but who knows when. How's your week? It was pretty good. And also, who knew Luna would be 22? Yes. I mean, I knew she was in her 20s. That seemed to be a surprise to a lot of other people. I knew she was in her 20s. I thought she was a little bit older than that, though, to be fair. I'm so excited for my local Value Mart store in Berks Falls. Is a Monday renovating the store, becoming your independent grocer on Monday. Renovations will end November 2025. What I've recognized in the new intro is the episode of Helluva Boss. They didn't put Fizz, Ozzy, Octavia, Martha, or Mayberry and the rest of the other characters in it, which confuses me a little bit. I wonder, yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting the characters that they did include in that, because also Wally was included in that, which is odd. I don't know. What's your thoughts on Isaac Knight from Wednesday and the reveal about Thing? I thought that was fucking wild. Watch my reaction. You can get all the thoughts. Let's see. The latest episode of Alien Earth was wild. Yes. I'm going to react to Marvel Zombies this month. I'm going to try. We'll see. I'm not excited for it. Like I'll probably react to it. I'll probably watch it, but I'm just not really. Even when it was announced, I wasn't that thrilled about it. Let's see. Can't wait to get you at Agents Shield Season 6. Yeah, I'll be recording episode 2 of Season 6 tomorrow for Patreon. Have you ever played Skylanders? Also, the voice of Moxie is the voice of Chaos. No, I've never played Skylanders at all. I played the original Spyro games back in the day, but never those. What's up, Anna Gamer? Reviews. Finally got the platinum done for The Force Unleashed a few weeks ago. Never again. I enjoy the game, but the hardest difficulty only further shows the issues with the controls. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But good on you. You did it. You conquered it. Rank Peacemaker characters and why. I'm not doing that. Let's see. Yesterday I went to the movies and saw the new movie, The Long Walk. Just a wild movie. I want to see it. Hopefully I'll have some time to. I'd like to catch it while it's in theaters. If not, we'll probably react to it when it comes down to it. Will I react to Amphibia after reacting to Gravity Falls? Nobody listens to the intros of my videos. PMK. I don't know if you watched my Owl House videos, because I've talked about it for months. What the plan was. Yes. And I mentioned it in Gravity Falls when we started that as well. Yes. Yes, we are going to be doing it. That is coming after Gravity Falls. You know what's the strangest fact of the Helluva Boss you know? Or you know what's the strangest fact of the Helluva Boss you know? Can't say that I can think of one off the top of my head. Love your beard and you as a person and as a YouTube. As a YouTube. Well, thank you. Wish I could grow a fuller one though, but it is a little less problematic that I guess I can. So this comes with a little bit of a caveat, or not caveat, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of a bonus. I hope we don't have to wait 2 years to see Wednesday season 3. I think we will be. I think it's 2027 when it's coming, is what they said. Let's see. You react to a lot of content, which is good, but makes me curious as to how long it takes you to edit your reactions. It depends. Depends on the length of the episode or whatever. Like it can be. I mean, it's sometimes if I'm just locked in and it's like a 24-minute episode. If it's like One Piece, I can do an episode of One Piece, I think, in an hour if I'm locked in. But that's easy since half of the episode is a recap and an intro and an outro, and it leaves you like 15 minutes of footage to work with. So that's easy. But for most shows, like with Wednesday, it can be 4 to 6 hours to edit it. Don't know if you know this, Omni, but Lord Zed is coming to Fortnite. I saw that when I woke up this morning, actually. Also really like season 2 of Wednesday. Jenna Ortega is fantastic as this character. Yes, she is. Let's see. I'm thinking the Clayface movie is a prequel because I saw a poster image online saying that Flying Graysons, I mean Batman the Bold, Raven the Bold is starting with Damian Dick Grayson's got to be in his 20s now. Well, yeah, I mean, we knew it was a prequel because it was about how he becomes Clayface. It's about what turns him into the creature. So yeah, it's definitely a prequel. I have a feeling Luna might die or get injured in season 3. Die? No way in hell. Injured? Probably. But then again, they did say that Blitz is going to go through his worst period ever, or something along those lines in season 3. Which is concerning. Hey guys, the Toronto Blue Jays are on right now against the Orioles of Rogers Center, airing here on TV on All In Sportsnet TV. You're talking to the wrong crowd. Or at least for me. I don't know if anybody else in here keeps up with any of that, but anyway. Season 1 did feel like a lot more happened with Peacemaker. I'll say I can't imagine Peacemaker realizing... I can imagine Peacemaker realizing he's on Earth X and him just going... Fuh. Yeah, I can't wait for that revelation to sink in. I've been binge watching Friends, and I love the show so far. I'm currently in season 5. Hell yeah! God, I love Friends so much. You know what? That in Seeing Stars, Luna hits Blitz with a picture, and Blitz kills with a book in Luna's Helluva Boss short. Interesting. Let's see. Vigilante is just there randomly in season 2 asking Alfax Spiderfax. Yeah, he's not really doing much of anything just yet. Man, tomorrow will be released 2 days after my birthday in 2027. Very excited. Hell yeah. Did you hear that the Gorillas brought back Kong Studios and the browser game? I did not. That's interesting. What moment made you cry in Has Been or Helluva Boss? That's like asking, well, I don't have a good comparison. A lot of moments made me tear up in both. You know, the song, More Than Anything, the Lucifer song with him and Charlie, that got me. What else? There's like a bunch of moments, like hell, I even teared up to Charlie's song for Ready for This, or the reprisal of More Than Anything, or the end of it, you know, for that matter. You know, there's like a lot of really good moments, and then Helluva Boss, there's like way more. I find Helluva Boss infinitely more emotional. You know, in the first thing that comes to mind, and I know there's others, but the first thing that comes to mind is when Blitz and Fizz like finally start to talk and make up in Oops. And then there's a couple of times in the episodes after that. I don't know, man. There's just too many to count, to be honest. Let's see. One theory about Peacemaker's helmets is that his dad didn't design them. Rather, he stole them or is forcing their creator, Ted Kord, to keep making them. I figured based on the canister or whatever, it's something that's partially created by whatever this alien species is, or maybe retrofitted from. Is there any shows right now you regret watching? The only one, and it never made it to YouTube because I loathed it that much, was Naomi. I watched the first episode of that when it came out. I recorded a reaction to it, and I was so dead inside by the end of the episode. I didn't even want to talk about it, and I just stopped. I was like, I'm not going to post this. I'm not doing this. I'm done. I'm not. So I never posted it, and I kind of wish I just never even watched it. Other than that, like as far as anything we've covered on the channel, there's not really anything where I'm like, I regret having watched that. I don't really feel that way about anything. Even some of the shows I didn't like love. I think the closest thing would be The Witcher Blood Origins, because that show was fucking terrible. And maybe just The Witcher in general, because I started off really loving it with season 1, but just continuously disappointed me after that. What the fuck is going on with my sock here? But I wouldn't say I regret watching it, because I liked a lot about it. Also making my way through the DC animated shows from the 1940s Superman leading up to my adventures, which I'm saving for last. That's quite the trek. Yeah, I watched a lot of that 1940s Superman when I was a kid. I can't say I saw all of it. I'm not even sure how many episodes there were, but I've seen a lot of it. And then obviously Superman the animated series, Batman the animated series, and stuff like that. Did I hear the God of War casting has begun? My top fan cast for the actor is Oliver Richards, the big guy from the season of Reacher, to play Kratos. I mean, he is a big dude. So, I mean, I could see it, I guess. The bird violence thing feels like that friend in the group who tells a good joke and then explains the joke to you over time. Or it's just this, or it's the only joke they know and they just keep going back to it. Oh, my Shelby Oaks photos came in. Hell yeah. All right. Anyway, No, I'm with you on that one. One theory I was really hoping would happen in Superman was the theory that Ultraman would have been revealed to be played by Henry Cavill because we had not seen his face in any of the marketing. Yeah, I didn't expect that to happen. I think my theory was that he was going to be Apollo. If Henry Cavill was going to be anybody, I thought he was going to be in the anti-Justice League. He was going to be Apollo, the leader of the Authority, but now it seems like they might be walking away from the Authority as a whole. Or that, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to keep on trying to hammer that out or not. But they did say that it's been removed from their slate at the moment, and I don't know if they're still trying to work on it or not. Jarvis. He's the devil in pink. Indeedy. Yeah, the fucking flamingo. Shit, what was his name? Bernard the flamingo? Yeah. I love Jarvis, man. He's probably my favorite part of Agent Carter so far. I say so far, and I'm in season 2 right now. I'll be real though. I was really taken aback by the jump to LA at the start of the season. But anyway. Oh, hey Trinityers. Thank you for that super chat, man. You know that Luna is 5 years younger than Millie. I did. That's the one thing I remember. That's why I guess I assume Millie's older than she is too, then I guess, because that's why I assumed Luna was a little deeper into her 20s than she ended up being. But I guess it makes some sense with the way she's acting in season 1, I guess, with like the beach stuff, the college stuff, and the kids and the celebration and her crush on what's his face? Tex. Do you think Rick Flag Sr. will mention any more about his time with Creature Commandos if relevant? If relevant, yeah, sure. Why wouldn't he? I don't know if they will just ham-fist it into anything, but yeah. Also, the dad finding the alien who originated the portal door was 35 years ago, meaning 5 years before Superman arrived on Earth as a baby. Oh, that's a good little catch. I didn't even put that together timeline-wise. Am I planning to react to weapons? I am. I think I'm gonna save it for October. I think I'm gonna save it for Halloween, as a spooky month kind of thing. But I do plan on watching it. So did Lex actually make his device or took it from an alien? Lex probably actually made his device, because Lex is Lex and not some redneck wannabe like Augie. It doesn't look like an imp. It's too big. Yes, it is also too big. That's another thing. What's my top 3 movies or TV shows? TV shows, favorite show of all time, number 1, X-Files, all day, every day, never changing. Then Friends, followed by Breaking Bad. Or Breaking Bad, then Friends. Top 3 movies? That's a tough one. My favorite movie of all time is Jurassic Park. After that, it's hard to say. Maybe Scott Pilgrim or The Matrix. I don't know. I'm confident in my number 1. I feel like anything else can like rotate, but right now that's kind of where I'm feeling at the moment. I'm sorry. What's this? Got you another one here. Sorry, Luna has kids or pups. Also adore you. Huh? I'm sorry, Luna has kids or pups. Also adore you. Well, thank you for that bit, but I'm a little confused on this, because right now she definitely does not. I'm a little confused. I will be honest. Let's see. Here we are. Can't believe Peacemaker's father is that horrible to where he smacked his son. It's part that confirmed it's Earth 1, DCU Peacemaker's dad. True. When you start playing games, is it for Twitch or just for you? I'll play like League of Legends or Fortnite or or Halo, like things where I can just do a match make and be done for me. Otherwise, I try to do it for the channel. But I do all my gameplay here. I stopped streaming on Twitch. But I don't know, man. Like with horror games and stuff like that, I might have to start moving back over to Twitch, I feel like, because the restrictions are getting ridiculous for even just playing games on YouTube. So I don't know. Annie Gamer, thank you for the super chat. 17 episodes for the 40 Superman. In terms of where I'm at now, Challenge of the Super Friends. Season 3 of Super Friends, I think. I don't know if the Super Friends cartoons seem just to blend together. That makes sense. They kind of do. I watched a metric fuck ton of Super Friends as a kid. But thank you for that. Here we go. Found my spot. I fear that things are going to go to chaos when Hazbin Hotel releases its second season and Helluva Boss Season 3. I don't know what you mean. Did I notice that loot from Hazbin Hotel reminds me of Stryker a bit, even though she hates Vaggie, tried to kill her, took her eye, her wing, the same way that he did to Moxie by choking him to death. I don't get that correlation at all. They are very, very different characters to me. So I don't see the comparison. Just got a haircut, feel like a new person now. Hell yeah. Speaking of games, Silent Hill F is almost here. I've never finished a single Silent Hill game. Why do I think the old pilot of Helluva Boss is still canon? Just in a dream or something? Well, it's not, and it's never been. You know, Viv has... It's been stricken from canon for years now. 17th. Nice, nice. Let's see. Isn't Grant 30 or a bit older? He looks great for his age. How old is Grant Gustin? It's 35. 35. Yeah. Yellow, you're 88? Don't tell anybody. That's my secret. Wednesday night, I think, is Gen V. How are the fur babers? Everybody's doing good. I had to give the kittens names. Piper is the little striped black one. Took her to the vet this week because I guess either she played too rough with her siblings or even one of the adults, because they've been playing with the kittens as well. Maybe somebody got too rough with her because she had a really big scab on her shoulder, and I was worried it wasn't a scab. So I just wanted to have them look at it, and it turned out to be fine. So everybody's fine. She just got kind of messed up a little bit by somebody. I have no idea who. But she's okay. We got another super chat. Fern like the tree. Howdy, howdy. Thank you. Been binge watching your reactions to The Bear and Tad Lasso. Best of wishes. Hell yeah. Dude, I love both of these shows so fucking much, man. You know, Ted Lasso, that's a show that made me cry so much more than I expected to. Yeah. Very emotionally vulnerable in that show, for sure. I hope you enjoyed. And we got, obviously, more Ted Lasso around the corner as well, and more Bear, so. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Here we are. Favorite Power Rangers is Ninja Storm and Ninja Steel. It seems like somebody likes his fucking ninjas. I never saw Ninja Steel. I've seen like an episode or two, but I've never seen a lot of it. But Ninja Storm I've seen a lot of. Really love it. Love Cam. Great Ranger. Also, obviously, I'm extremely biased, but my favorite is obviously Mighty Morphin. It can never be topped to me. Apparently, Brandon Rogers is releasing a live-action Blitz skit on his YouTube channel September 19th. Well, it's not a live-action Blitz skit. It's a sequel to a previous episode of his main show, and it's going to have a bunch of different people in it. But one thing that is going to pop up in it is a live action Blitz, as well as Viv. Though Viv is not playing Viv, she's playing another character from what he said. But live action Blitz will be in this new episode of his, this new little short of his. Does see Chris Evans' arms? He looks jacked. I mean, he's been jacked for a long time. I've ever collected a bunch of comic books. No. I mean, I had some, like a handful here or there, a couple Batman comics, some Sonic comics when I was a kid. The closest thing I've got is to all of Sandman. Currently, other than that, I don't really. And then graphic novel, whatever, is Scott Pilgrim, but no, I don't really collect comics. Question, have you seen any of the animated series that are supposed to act as a sequel to the 90s Disney movies like Hercules, Tarzan, Buzz Lightyear, Star Command? Buzz Lightyear Star Command is an alt reality. That's not really a sequel, but I've seen like Aladdin, I've seen Hercules, I might have seen a couple bits of Tarzan. I think I've seen some of the Emperor's New Groove cartoon, and I've seen most of the Lilo and Stitch cartoon, which I actually did really like that. Yeah, I've seen a fair amount of them, not a lot. Have I seen that some things don't make sense in Helluva Boss? Like I pointed a couple of things out earlier, but please elaborate more. Yes, and a Little Mermaid, that was another one too. And the new imp on Crimson Stairs. So is he still alive? Huh? I mean, yes, Crimson's still alive. I don't know why he wouldn't be. I'm a little confused. It's called A Night at the Park. Yes. Anywho, I'm a bounce to see y'all next time. I hope y'all stay happy and healthy, even in the chaotic time we are currently going through. Same, right back at you, man. Take it easy, and we'll catch you next time. You know, Loyal Harry is turning 100 years old in 3 years. Makes sense. Do I have any childhood memories that inspire you to this day? No. I can't say that I do. That I say, like, inspire me to this day. I can't say that I do. I cannot say that I do. How can Moxie be similar age to Millie if Blitz is like 30-ish and Millie is 5 years older than Luna? I don't know. Because Viv's decided. Spyro, my perfect purple boy. Yes, indeedy doody. Ghostblade, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Glad you enjoy Things Origins. And you're right. Spandam is scum. Yeah, we haven't seen him in a minute, but yeah, he's a piece of shit. Dude, One Piece and their villains, like Buggy and Alvida, so far are the only ones, at least that come to mind right now, that are like playful, that are like fun. Like they can be evil, but they're not like that bad compared to other people. Everybody else, almost everybody else is the biggest piece of shit ever. Did I, that Has Been Hotel is older. I assume you said, did I know that Has Been Hotel is older than Helluva Boss, yet Helluva Boss is getting season 3. Yes, I definitely knew that. Yeah, the Has Been Hotel pilot came out before anything Helluva Boss. So it's oldest, but because of the deal, the picking up and the stuff with Amazon, it had to be stalled. Meanwhile, Helluva Boss was able to foster itself on YouTube and continue to grow while they were hashing out all the details behind the scenes for Has Been Hotel. Would have been excited for Marvel Zombies if adapting the Robert Kirkman one. I'm sure you've heard of him. Oh yeah, obviously I've heard of Robert Kirkman. What's my favorite anime? We watch, mine is Naruto. Naruto's my favorite anime. Or favorite anime to rewatch? I mean, my favorite anime is Naruto. Story-wise, manga-wise, all of it. Though I do think it desperately needs either a remake or like a Dragon Ball Kai edition to trim out all the fat. It is kind of hard to rewatch, I'll definitely admit. But I love it. Naruto is one of my favorite, if not my favorite fictional character of all time. I love Naruto. He's a huge, massive inspiration for me. And I gotta say, otherwise, like specifically to rewatch though, I don't know. Full Metal, I really like rewatching, but I don't rewatch a lot, to be fair, when it comes to like anime. I like watching through it again with other people experiencing for the first time. So like Bleach, Death Note, Naruto, those are all kind of the big ones that I go to when I'm watching them. What is my favorite Has-Been Hotel or Helluva Boss character? I'm pretty sure, I know I've been asked this a lot during stream, but I thought you mentioned this as well. I could have sworn, but favorite Has-Been Hotel character is Lucifer, and that's also got me real nervous about season 2, considering what we saw in the teaser. And Helluva Boss is Moxie. The Emmys are tomorrow. My fingers are crossed for Severance and Andor to win. Hell yeah, let's go. I thought the Emmys already happened, but I guess I was thinking something else. Just saw episode 6 of Wednesday. Did not expect Freaky Wednesday, but I loved it. Yeah, I didn't expect that either. But that was actually wild. I was a little mildly disappointed that it wasn't Wednesday just having a mental break or something like that, or just unlocking her emotions she's been repressing. I think that would have been a wild gag, but then it being the way it played out of it, that disappointment went away real quick, and I had so much fun with the episode. As a gamer, what do you think about all these films, these games being turned into shows or films lately? I mean, it's been something that's been going on for a long time. You had Resident Evil, you had Doom, you had Alone in the Dark, you had all kinds of these back in the day, where they were never really treated all that seriously or well. And as far as shows, I think it works a little bit better. Like The Last of Us, at least the first season, did a really good job. I still have hang-ups with it, but for the most part, it did a really good job. Season 2, not so much. Season 2 was a bit of a mess. But Fallout has been amazing. I can't think of a movie off the top of my head that did a real thing. Obviously, there's so much wealth of knowledge, of stories, of characters in video games that I think they don't reach the audience that they could, or the people that they could, because some people just don't play video games, whether they're not good at it or it's just not something they want to do. Sometimes you need that sit down and view to kind of access that world. Some people need that to be able to get into it, to get through that little barrier. And there's so many stories that I think deserve that. But Hollywood, these executives, these people behind us, like, oh, we got to make our own little stamp on it. We got to do our little old spin. Or they're like, audiences are going to be too dumb to just throw us into the world. So then they change a bunch of shit and they fuck it all up. And what you end up with is just a soulless, most of the time, a soulless, failed Frankenstein abomination piece of shit. But every now and then you might get a gem like Fallout or the first season of The Last of Us. You know, so like, I don't know. I'll keep vouching for it, but people got to stop being afraid to just tell the goddamn story. Trust your audience. If Luna dies, I'm not watching this show. Also, hi Omni. Valid. What's up? Been binging The Cosby Show and A Different World. Did you watch those shows at some point? Different World I've never heard of. Cosby Show, I can't say if that was in my rotation back in the day. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever actually watched The Cosby Show, now that I'm thinking about it. Sorry I haven't been asking any questions. We're trying to get to my hotel and it's not budging and really busy. All good. I'm just glad you're here and hanging out and listening all the same. What's up? Welcome back. Let's see. If you ever finish up a show, or if you're in between shows and need content filler, I recommend the anime Windbreaker. It's 70% action, 20% emotion, 10% comical nonsense. It's my fan fave, especially as a martial artist. Windbreaker is my sentimental bias. Never heard of it. I'll look into it, but you know, I don't know, man. With like all this like Infinity Train hype, I'm kind of curious about starting Demon Slayer at the moment. Let's see. Do you think Cobra Kai? Do you think they will have another series to the original show? Kraken movie Legends with the terrible movie. Ocean never made because they ruined a lot of Cobra Kai. I'm sorry, Biog. I'm not sure what you're. I have no idea what you're asking. I apologize. I do think we will hopefully see other spin-offs to Cobra Kai. The Kraken thing, I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I'm going to be, unfortunately, very honest about that. Do I think Bianca is here, starting dating in season 3 of Wednesday? Season 3, do you think they would get a redemption in season 4? I mean, maybe Bianca will start dating somebody in season 3, but she'll definitely still be there. And I don't think she needs a redemption. So, yeah, no, she'll certainly be in season 3 at some capacity. I would imagine. In Has Been Hotel season 2 trailer, there's a shot of an eye. I think it might be one of Camilla's daughters because there's some blonde hair on the side. No, in the initial shot when I was watching it for the first time, because of the cut, because of the edit, I thought it was a continuation of the Vox and Angel scene, but it is not. That's Alistair. That's 100% Alistair. No doubt in my mind that close-up shot of the eye is Alistair. Same eyebrow, same eye makeup. That's his monocle. And yeah, so that's either when he was defeated by Vox or during their rematch, I'm guessing. Them trying to age Peacemaker's dad was funny, honestly. De-age Peacemaker's dad was funny, honestly, because he doesn't look all that different, to be honest. Ever thought about watching the Quiet Place movies? I've already seen them all. Well, no, I haven't seen. I've seen 1 and 2. I haven't seen the third one, which was the prequel, right? I haven't seen that one. What's up, Brooke Rhea? How are you? First time commenting on your live. Are you planning to record a reaction to Weapons? It's wild. I do. We talked about this just a little bit ago, actually. I do plan on watching it, but I feel like I want to do it for October for one of our spooky movies. Imagine if Luna went on a date with an ex-hound called Razor. Who is Luna? But also, if Octavia is older in Helluva Boss season 3, Luna would be 100 years old. What? Well, Octavia is 17, where we left off. Luna's 22. We'd have to have like a massive time jump in season 3 if Luna was going to end up being 100. I'm not sure what you're saying, Razor. I apologize. My only 2 memories from Witcher Blood Origins are kind of thinking, oh, I love her outfits, and this show is bad. That's it. About the outfits, and I mentioned this in my reaction, they don't feel like Witcher outfits. They don't feel like period appropriate either. I know it's supposed to be like back in the day when magic was everything and this was the Empire, this was everything before the fall. But it didn't fit. None of it fit. None of it looked right with the world. And then yes, it was just bad. And I was just like, oh, Michelle, yo, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Feel so bad for Henry because he got screwed as Superman and again as Witcher. Yes. Not really catching a really good break here. And then he got injured during a Highlander, so that delayed the film another year because of his injury. I was gaming while watching this, and I took down 2 out of 3 of the enemy team, and third ran away like crazy. What are you playing? What's up, Ginger? How are you? Hope you're good. I'm doing great. Do you ever plan to post the movie reactions for the movies you did trailer reactions for, specifically the recent Godzilla movies? I mean, I did reviews for the recent ones. I'm not sure which ones you're talking about. Like, I mean, all of the MonsterVerse Godzilla movies I saw in theaters. So there are reviews up. For Godzilla -1, I saw it in theaters. There's a review up. If I see it in theaters, there's no reason for me to react to it. But I almost always post a review, at least. So, I mean, I've seen all of the I've seen every Godzilla movie at this point. Shin Godzilla was the last Godzilla movie I hadn't seen, and I did a reaction to it for the channel just leading into Godzilla -1, and I saw it the same day that I went and saw Godzilla -1. Red Dead Redemption 2. I played a little bit of it. I have it. I got lost in the sauce just doing side missions and stuff like that, but I've not beat it though. I've not beat the first one either. Every new show you watch at your channel is probably a good show. Love your channel. Well, thank you. What have you missed? Not a whole lot. Just kind of been talking about Has-Been Hotel, Helluva Boss, random shit here and there. My trip to Cleveland to go see Chris Stuckman's new movie, which isn't out in public yet. It's not out. I got to go in because I was a Kickstarter backer on it. So we got invited to a premiere for it. So that was fun. Really good. A little excited for it, for everybody else to finally see it. Excited for another YouTuber to get a movie out there. Other than that, just a lot of randomness. Peacemaker talk, that's another thing we've been talking about quite a bit. A few weeks we'll get Gen V and Peacemaker episodes in a week. Good time for superhero TV. Yes. Imagine if they did a flashback to Creature Commandos and it's still animated. That would be fucking hilarious, honestly. What's up, Emery? How are you? Hey, I'm gonna love your reaction to the second season of Wednesday. Thanks for confirming the third season. My mom watches it with me. Yeah, I was at, they posted about it. Was it before? It was the week before season 2 started. Or was it before or after? All I remember is that it was announced online either before part 1 came out or after it. And I remember there was a huge season 3 announcement banner at O'Hare at the airport when I was leaving to go to SDCC. So I guess that would have been after part 1, I guess. I can't remember, but yeah, they announced it really early, before season 2 was even done. Or out, depending. My memory is a little bad at the moment. I would have assumed Augie stole the tech from Luthor Corp, but no, he stole it from an interdimensional alien. In response to my previous question, if Helluva Boss and Has-Been both kind of fought, who would win? Well, if we're including everybody, I think Lucifer tops everybody in Helluva Boss. To be fair, we haven't seen we haven't seen any of the sins actually throw down. So I don't know if all of them, if they all fought Lucifer together, if they would stand a chance or not. But I don't know that anybody in Helluva Boss can beat Lucifer. That's where this ends at this point. I think he could right now, based on what I've seen, I think he could solo everybody in Helluva Boss by himself. Let's see. I would have assumed like still. There we are. Chandler Bing. Chandler Bing's my favorite character from Friends. I haven't seen any of the Marvel Zombie trailers, and I'm planning to do the show because watching Spider-Man and Moonblade Aura Farm is fantastic. I did watch the trailers, I just did not react to them. And I will, depending on my schedule, my energy and everything, I'm going to try to react to it. Ever watched 2.5 Men? I've seen like an episode before, or here and there, but I never really liked it. It's a great comedy show like Friends. I don't think it's even remotely on par with Friends, personally. I think the closest show to being on par with Friends for me was How I Met Your Mother, which took a couple of shots at Friends. But then again, How I Met Your Mother has one of the worst finales ever. That almost ruins the entire show. When Peacemaker moved the door of the Pocket Universe to his grandfather's cabin in the woods, yellow lightning appeared, reminding me of the effects they used for the Flash. That is immediately what my first thought was as well. I just didn't say it out loud. Am I the only person who's seen Helluva Boss and never wants to watch Has-Been Hotel? Why would you not want to watch Has-Been Hotel? Especially since they're going to be crossing over. So how are you going to do that? You're going to miss out on Helluva Boss content? It's the same world. Same world. But I do prefer Helluva Boss. But Has-Been's fantastic. I like the season Wednesday, but I kind of hoping that Gideon was linked this evil guy, but it wasn't. I was kind of disappointed. I mean, he was bad, but he wasn't like evil. But I guess my expectations was too high since they mentioned him in season 1. I get that. Do you think there are more or less characters dying in Stranger Things season 5? I think it might be with Jonathan die. I don't think, like I've said this before, I don't think any of the main cast is actually going to die. Awkward Ashley was playing Lego Harry Potter on stream, and the YouTube version keeps getting taken down for copyright because of the music, but stays up on Twitch. It's weird because music on Twitch can also wind up like that, like Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy in general. Playing any of those on Twitch can get a lot of your VOD muted because of the music. So it's just like a caveat. Like on YouTube, they'll age restrict your videos if you're playing like Fallout or any horror game at all that gets a little too graphic. And so it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, what's the caveat? It's dumb. All of it's dumb. It's a fucking video game. Get over yourself. It's so stupid. The music I kind of understand, but the graphical stuff, like, it just makes no sense to me. Have I seen The Good Place? I have not. Not Jonathan. Don't hurt him. Just wanted to ask if you have heard of the show Iron Man Armored Adventures that came out in 2009. It's a 3D animated show, so I know it's not really your style, but the story is actually really interesting. No, I had never heard of it, never saw it. Episode 6 was my favorite episode of the season. Episode 6 was a really fucking good episode. I don't know if it might be my favorite episode, or episode 7 might be my favorite episode. Do I have any book, comic, game, or something like that that you would like to see adapted into a movie? Hi from Brazil. What's up, Rafa? Game? Give me Halo. A game accurate Halo. Not that stupid fucking TV show. Book. Also Halo. Fall of Reach. Comic. I don't know. Or fuck. Knights of the Old Republic. Give me live action Revan now, please. Please. Iron Man is my favorite character though, so there is that. I'll tell you though, before the MCU, I hated Iron Man. I hated Tony Stark. I hated Captain America. I thought they were annoying characters. I didn't care for either of them at all. I couldn't stand them in anything that I had seen, whether it was animated or mostly in video games, because that was most of my Marvel experience outside of the live action films. I could not stand any of those characters. It really wasn't until Chris Evans version or the Robert Downey Jr. version that I actually cared about the characters. And Charlie Cox, again, same thing with Daredevil. That was the only version of Daredevil that I actually like. Same with John Bernthal's Punisher, the only version of Punisher I actually like. Who's your favorite Marvel villain? I don't know. Carnage, probably? Luna's past is a breeding pet, as that's how she ended up in the adoption center, so it makes sense that if you think about it. That's not... I mean, where did you find that? Because that's not in the show. She was not That's never been said in the show, that she was a breeding pet. That never once came up. And that is not why she was in the adoption center. And at least that's not what they told Blitz. That is not, no, that is not a thing. It pissed me off that the Arkham Origins isn't getting a remastered edition. Are they remastering the other ones? And not it? I haven't heard of any remasters coming out, but I also haven't been paying attention as of late. It's Supernatural's 20th anniversary today. It's 20 years old. Holy shit. If you start playing games on Twitch or continue on YouTube, please have to play the Silent Hill ones, especially 2. I might play one of these days. If I ever get around to it, I might try to play the remake for Silent Hill 2. Kitties, we simply must know the names. So the white patchy one, that's Blitz. The gray one is at the moment just gray. And the girl, the black striped one, is Piper. Celebrated by watching the pilot, which I knew the words to. Well, look at you, little weirdo. That's okay. I'm the same way with a lot of different movies and stuff like that, or the X-Files for that matter. I used to actually, I had listened to and watched Scott Pilgrim so much, I almost knew every word of the entire movie. Just seeing the announcement for the Super Mario Galaxies movie, we talked about that earlier. I'm extremely excited for it because Galaxies is one of my favorite Nintendo games ever. I'm really excited to see how it'll go. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, this is before you showed up, I have no nostalgia for Galaxies. I know it's a fan favorite, but that was well beyond my Mario years. If it wasn't like Mario Party, I really wasn't, or Super Smash, I really wasn't playing it. So I don't have any nostalgia for that game. So I'm excited to see what they do with it though, because I did enjoy it, the first film, well enough, but we'll see how it goes. I'll probably like it when it comes out. I just don't have any, it doesn't excite my my spirit, if that makes sense. What's your favorite thing to do in your free time? Mine is rewriting bad written kid shows. My favorite childhood, later seasons like Thomas and Friends and Paw Patrol, and watching your Helluva Boss reactions. As of late, it's mostly just I watch other people's reactions to things, either things I'm watching or things I have watched. Most of the time it's just watching YouTube reactions or playing League of Legends at the moment. Can't believe I missed the stream with Morgan in the chat last week. I love them. Yes, you missed out. It was a lovely little surprise. That's for damn sure. Does Blitz need a Hellhound lease to have a Hellhound? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. License? Leash? I mean, obviously not. Little Mermaid series. Your looks when you're confused is exactly what we look like. Okay. And the Little Mermaid series is where Ariel sings in harmony, which is a great song. You know what the Trainaneers is at 2K subscribers? Okay, this is making sense. Trainaneer. Well, for one, there was Trainaneers 2, and now there's the Trainaneers, and now you're the one behind Razor. Are you just plopping around between 3 different accounts? What the hell's going on, man? Whatever watch her die on your turn Vampire Diaries on? I've seen the first episode of Vampire Diaries when it first aired. That's it. That's all I've got. I gotta go, but I hope you have a good time. Goodbye. Take it easy, Avalanche. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Who was Val's top star before Angel Dust? Was it Razor, as it explains why Luna knows so much about the industry? You're obsessed, man. Anyway, one last question. Who are my top 5 favorite rock metal bands or artists? For me, Ozzy, Motorhead, The Who, Lita Ford, Elvis Presley. You gotta have the King in there. Come on. Like just rock or just in general. But like if we're just talking rock, in no particular, oh well, Linkin Park, Skillet, Korn, Rise Against, and probably Metallica. I'd say probably. I mean, I love Ozzy, don't get me wrong. It's just hard to pick or choose. But like, if we're talking like everything, that gets way more broad. We're going to be like, if we're talking everything and not just rock metal, it's going to be Linkin Park, Skillet, Cher, Lady Gaga, and I don't know. Either Korn or Backstreet Boys, which is a wild comparison right there. An insane jump. Or Peter Cetera, because I do love me some Peter Cetera. You know, are you very similar to old school Sna? Old school Sna? I don't know what that means. Old dude Buggy as early Grand Line isn't even considered a villain anymore. He's the same playful comedy levels of Shanks. He enjoys a party but won't turn down a treasure hunt. That's what I'm saying. Like, he was introduced as a villain, but he's not like, I wouldn't put him on the same level as a lot of the other like arc tier villains, you know? He's no Arlong, he's no Crocodile or whatever. And then, or even fucking Spandam. Does Pokemon count? Pokemon counts, that's an anime. That's an anime, I'll count that. Would you voice a character if you were asked? Maybe. I'd love to give voice acting a try. I was watching Pokemon this morning, cause why not? Where a gym leader flirts with Misty, which is creepy, cause she's supposed to be Ash's age. And I mean, it's still not good, but like, isn't she like supposed to be 2 or 3? I thought she was like older than Ash. Not by much, but I thought both her and Brock were at least like a year to 2 or more older than Ash, I thought. Could be completely wrong about that. I don't remember well enough. Let's see. Being that it's both Supernatural Day and Scooby-Doo Day, have you seen either series? I guess I shouldn't be that shocked anymore for people to ask that question if someone's ever asked or watched Scooby-Doo. I feel like that's like, at least growing up when I did, I think you'd have to be like, you'd have to really try not to watch Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I'm again, like I mentioned before, I've only seen a single episode of Supernatural. And I'll tell you the episode. It was the only thing on TV when I was at the ER one night. I put it on. They were in some alt reality where they were actors playing themselves in a show about their lives, I think, if I remember right. As far as Scooby-Doo goes, I've seen every episode of all of the old school Scooby-Doo shows. I've seen most of What's New Scooby-Doo, a lot of the movies up until the early aughts, and then after that it just kind of like fell off from it a little bit. But I do love me some Scooby-Doo. I think a lot of the more recent shows and films and stuff like that's gotten a little bit away from what I enjoy about it, but that's about it. I've seen a metric fuck ton of the original Scooby-Doo shows. Emma did a great job playing Wednesday in episode 6, and that death glare she gave after Enid's dance. Yeah, they both did a really good job playing somebody in the other person's body. They both really, really nailed that. What do you think of the Mario title reveal? Like I mentioned before, I have no nostalgia for Galaxies, but I'm excited to see us take that leap and see what they do with it. I do feel like it's a little weird that that's going to be our second movie, because there's a lot of stuff between what we covered in that and Galaxies coming out, feels like I saw somebody else mention this on I think maybe it was a Twitter or a comment or something like that. They were like, I would have thought, I'm excited for Galaxies, but I felt like that would have been a third movie move. And it does kind of feel like a third movie kind of move, but whatever. But yeah, in terms of cutthroat villains, Buggy has nothing on Lucci. He's the biggest cutthroat bad guy you're going to get, especially in the early arcs. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, he definitely he's like, yeah, compared to everybody, I mean, everybody else is like a piece of shit, but he's like sociopath. Well, then again, Crocodile's a little bit of a sociopath too, but he like enjoys. He's a little bit of a sadist and a sociopath kind of mixed together, but like Lucci's just like, I don't know, a different kind of beast. I apologize if I'm annoying you. No, you're fine. It's just, if you're doubling up on accounts and you also keep self-promoing your little like fanfic thing, it does get a little repetitious. Would I like a Resident Evil show? Didn't we get one that was fucking terrible? I'm so glad I didn't watch it firsthand. I would have blown my brains out. I would love a Resident Evil show. I mean, we got, what was it? Eternal Darkness? Whatever that was. There was like a 4-part mini series on Netflix, and it was animated. It's canon. My God, was that boring as fuck and horribly written. I regret watching. Okay, that's one I regret watching. That was fucking awful. I reacted to that. Views were ass, and it was ass. Oh my God. Anyway, but an actual show about the games, the lore, the characters accurately, yeah, I would take that. Gotta say, I think Helluva Boss is better than has been just because it doesn't have that many Disney-like musicals. Not a huge fan of those. I get that. I mean, it makes sense in the context of Has Been Hotel to me, especially given what, you know, the lore of hell is united in song. It's baked into it. But I get that. I love musicals. I love it to death. And every time we get a musical segment in Helluva Boss, I get real giddy. The fun thing about it, though, is a lot of the times in Helluva Boss, at least, a little more contemporary kind of music, a little more stylized here and there, outside of the drug trip in Truth Seekers. That was the closest we had to like a musical theater kind of thing that we've had in there. Well, no, Mastermind's pretty up there. But yeah, I get it. I guess it's like a taste thing, but lore-wise, it's going to be integral in some way, shape, or form. I'm almost certain. What's my favorite Naruto character? Mine has to be Obito. Obito is my second favorite character, I think. Naruto is my favorite. Like I mentioned earlier, Naruto is my favorite Naruto character. Go figure. But he's also my favorite fictional character in general, not just from the show. I love him. Him and Sora are like my top 2 favorite fictional characters. But Obito is just Naruto had he gone down the dark path and succumbed. Naruto, however, didn't. He didn't succumb to all of the tragedy in his life. That's why I like those two. Have I ever seen Wander Over Yonder? I have not. I've watched the Lady Gaga Dead Dance music video. Was directed by Burton. It's pretty cool, plus absolute banger. No, I have to check that out. I don't watch a lot of music videos anymore, but I have to give it a go. I will tell you though, fucking abracadabra, dude. That fucking dance lives rent-free in my fucking brain. Just 19 days to go till Taylor Swift's new album. So excited. I'm not much of a Swiftie. Though again, I could not name you one Taylor Swift song, and I'm sure I've heard one here and there, but I don't know them. I wouldn't be able to tell you one. Gotta bounce. I'm gonna go on an excursion to Italy. See you next time, Omni. Well, have fun in Italy. A Different World was the spin-off of The Cosby Show, taking place at a HBCU, Historically Black College and University. Oh, interesting. Okay, that makes sense. That's where I graduated from one of those, which, you know, probably sounds weird in context, but yeah, the school I went to finish out my degree was originally opened as such. Let's see. I just opened up Instagram, and my first post on my feed showed that Mei Hong, VA, Amira, K-pop Demon Hunters will be at GalaxyCon Columbus. Yes, she will. I'm excited that they're going to be going to cons. I don't know if it's just going to be, right now, just announced it's just her. I hope the other ones start to pop up as well. I think that'll be really, really cool. And it might make some of the lines, if there are going to be any Helluva people over there, a little bit easier to navigate. At least temporarily. We'll have to wait and see, though. Because so far, no Helluva people have been announced yet. But I am excited because some of Critical Role is going to be there. Obviously, I've already met them once before, but me and a buddy of mine, he didn't get to go with me on that trip, and he's a huge Critical Role fan. Much longer so than me. I'm hoping to be able to take him so he can at least meet some of them. But man, right now, the GalaxyCon Columbus loadout is looking pretty sick. Like Simon Pegg, though, just for Saturday, meaning his line is going to be insane. I might not be able to do it. Jodie Whittaker, Dolph Lundgren, Ben Schwartz is one I've been trying to get to that I've not been able to. Obviously, a bunch of people that I have, but the ones I haven't gotten to meet yet, like those are the ones on there. Billy Piper is going to be there this year. Mike Coulter, Jeff Ward, and then Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, Sam Riegel, Liam O'Brien, and Mail Flanagan. Like, I'm really excited for Mail Flanagan. Like, speaking of Naruto, the English voice actor, it's the first time I've seen her at one of the conventions that I'll actually be going to. But yeah, it's still a ways away. I'm sure there's going to be a multitude of different announcements. I saw an ad saying Tyler Hoechlin was going to be there, but they have not added him to the site. So I do hope that is true, because I really want to see him too. If you're considering Demon Slayer Windbreaker is only 2 seasons at the moment. They finished the 2nd season. It's brand new, and it's getting tons of attention, especially with 13 per season. Interesting. What's up, Craig? How are you? Definitely Bianca and Ajax was starting to be a thing. I definitely got that vibe as well. Slayer is in my tattoo anime. Goes back and forth. Demon Slayer, Naruto, and Demon Slayer. I read the manga, and now the movies are coming in, and I can't wait to watch them. You know, I was at the theater yesterday. It was the opening night for Infinity Castle. There was a bunch of people there. You know, we had our little Shelby Oaks event, but there was a lot of people there for the day one for Infinity Train. Resident Evil Requiem looks phenomenal. Loving the atmosphere of the game, and the new Stalker enemy is terrifying. People say, "Where's Leon?" But I have a feeling they're saving him for a surprise. Again, I feel like that's all rumor and speculation. I don't know what I've actually seen anything that substantiates Leon's actually going to be in the game. If he is, cool. But people are acting like he's going to be the secret main character, and I don't know if that's going to be the case. Demon Slayer is one of my top 3 anime with Naruto, One Piece, and I can't wait for you to react to it. I really want you to, because I know you're probably going to love it. Hell yeah. I want to. I was put off initially by it because I wasn't a huge fan of the character designs, but seeing it in action, when I got that 13-minute first look at Infinity Castle, I keep wanting to say Infinity Train, Infinity Castle at SECC, I was really impressed by what I saw. Did I watch Greg interview Robert Patrick? He mentioned one of his favorite roles was playing Agent Doggett. He didn't say one of his favorite roles. That is his favorite role, which he's very consistent about. The favorite role he's ever played is Agent John Doggett from the X-Files. And yeah, he's such an underrated character in the X-Files fandom, but he's amazing, and I love it. He also, I think he said too, that's the closest to him, I think, as far as a character that he's actually played. And again, it's just so frustrating because obviously they also fixate on so many other things in his career and stuff like that, and nobody's really talked to him about his favorite role. And I was like, God damn it, I'd talk to him about fucking Agent Goddamn Doggett right now. God damn it. No, but I did watch it. I didn't watch all of the interview, but yeah, I did watch a good bit of it. Just because they're straight up Runaways outfits. That's true. Have you ever watched an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? And I have not seen an actual episode, but thanks to Sam, I've seen so many compilations of just random out of context clips. I feel like I've seen a lot, though. I'm sure with how many episodes of that show there is, I guarantee I've only just scratched the surface. That's another show I would like to react to on the channel someday. Have you ever watched or heard of the reaction channel Pink Popcast? I have not. Let me write that down. And I will give it a look. Also, the Helluva Boss Season 2 trailer, I think you meant Has-Been Hotel. Season 2 trailer looks scars around. I don't know if it's just like wrinkles that look like they're scars. Was this a deleted message you had to retype? Because otherwise, I don't know what you're looking at here. I'm not kidding, by the way. None of those outfits were made for the show. They're Iris Van Herpen runaway looks. I don't know what that is, but yeah, they did not look contemporary to their setting. They looked very anachronistic to the setting to me. What's up, Rocket Stampede? Hope you're having a great weekend. I haven't seen the Bad Guys animated movie. Those have been some. I have not seen them yet. I'd love to see your reactions to those. I've heard good things especially about the new one coming out. I've heard a lot of people talking about a good one there, but yeah, I have not seen them yet. Has-Been's Lucifer is adorable. Love him. Maybe it's because it's Jeremy Jordan. That's definitely a big part of it. But also just love the design, his attitude, and all that kind of stuff. And just, he's a little powerful short king. Gotta represent. We don't know when Aster Fox had her fight. I think you meant Alistair Fox? Is that what you meant to say? I think autocorrect is working against you here. Scrubs is one of my favorites. I think it was as good as Friends. Scrubs is amazing until the main cast left, I think. I don't know if I would put Scrubs in the same category, because Scrubs really had this like thought-provoking, empathetical dive into the human condition. It's definitely situational comedy throughout, but like it always hits you with those emotional curveballs almost every episode in a way that Friends really doesn't. Friends, for the most part, is through and through a comedy, outside of a couple of emotional events that are sprinkled throughout. Scrubs sometimes can be kind of hard to watch because of how serious it can get almost every episode. I love Scrubs, and I'm excited for the revival. Have I ever seen Living Single, which is a show that kind of inspired Friends, kind of like Friends, but black? Yeah, I saw that coming up a lot around when the reunion episode came out, and I decided to finally sit down and watch it. And I understand the parallel to, but like, I don't feel like when I watched quite a few episodes of it. I liked it. It was pretty damn solid. I don't feel that they feel the same to me. They don't feel like the same kind of show. And while I don't know if they did directly get inspired by it, I know a lot of people want to do that. And it's like, oh, well, that's the thing that took off because of X, Y, and Z, whatever. I really don't feel like there's that much crossover. Like Living Single feels very distinctly different than Friends. The only similarity I see is it's a sitcom about a group of friends. Everything else feels very, very different. But yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I liked what I saw. I didn't get to finish. I can't remember where I was watching it. Where was I? Honestly, I don't remember where I was watching it. I got caught up in channel stuff, and my binge got cut off, and I forgot to go back and finish the first season. So, but like what I did watch, I did really, really enjoy it. I just don't get the overlap. Will and Grace, I was never never a huge Will and Grace person. Sorry, I just jumped way ahead here. I know it's the return in the Eye of the Season 2 trailer, but I think it might be present fight because Vox looks like he has his flathead stuff in a box head. I mean, the flathead box head thing might be a retcon for all we know. Who knows? But yeah, you might be onto it. Might be present day. Isaac Knight was a great villain. I really enjoyed him, especially with the twist by the end of it all. I'm curious how you see things go with Doctor Who and Wednesday, given Billie Piper's role in both. Oh, right. I forgot. I completely forgot. She's the Doctor at the moment, which that's still up in the air. They haven't been greenlit for any new episodes yet, so who knows if we're even going to get a conclusion to that. We were on a break. Pivot. My sandwich. God, all those were Ross quotes that came to mind. I love Ross, but Chandler's my guy. He's my spirit animal. Wednesday, Agnes and Enid dresses for the gala, beautiful, and all three looked amazing. Yes, agreed. And I love that Agnes kind of became her own person by the end of it all, and that her and Enid were able to bury the hatchet and had that dance moment together. And again, my one little like nitpick about it is this, it's more of an observation. It's like Enid's dance the entire time was something she was practicing solo. Why was it a duet? As if that was always the plan when there was no partner ever planned for her. Just an interesting little thing. Would I want a Mr. Terrific TV series or a movie? I think he works in a good capacity right now. Maybe a movie, but I think he works most maybe as a TV series, but as part of an ensemble, I think. If I hear that one more time, I'm going to break up with you. Let's see. The next series coming up is Lanterns. What are you most looking forward to in that series? Green Lanterns doing Green Lantern things. That's basically it. Can't wait for the Zelda movie scene, Excuse Me, Princess. I swear to God, they better not say Excuse Me, Princess in that fucking movie. It's still weird to me that it's going to be live action. Do I do any video game streams these days? I've been on hiatus for video games on the channel for roughly a year. I was in the middle of a playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that went on hiatus, and I've yet to resume it. I would like to resume sometime soon. I will 1000% be doing a playthrough or stream of Resident Evil, because I've done them all. As they've come out, the new ones here on the channel, so that'll definitely be a thing that happens. But I do want to at least finish my Final Fantasy run sooner than later. You should do a Dead Space run during the Halloween season. I love Dead Space. When it first came out, I played it almost every day for a week until I 100%ed that thing. I skipped so much class because it came out. I can't remember what year of college. I cut a bunch of classes to finish Dead Space because I was obsessed. Let's see. Did I make any progress on the Witcher book since last week? No, man. I'm way too busy to even have the energy to read most of the time. I unfortunately am not. I have to have a huge energy reserve and nothing else to do to actually feel motivated to read. And I love How I Met Your Mother, and I dropped off after season 7, I think. We'll need to rewatch again. Yeah, the fucking finale almost ruins the entire show, I think. I'm really upset or annoyed if they kill off Eagly. Me too. Any plans on collaborating with anybody from the Skill Squad? Not right now. We have talked about some stuff. I just don't know what we would do other than maybe like a stream. They had invited me to play Repo a couple of times, but I've just been so busy, and most of the times when they play, it's while I'm working and other stuff. So I've watched them, but like I've not been able to actually participate either. I did download it just in anticipation of it, but I haven't really got around to it. But like, I don't know. I would love to. I would certainly love to. Eep. I love Vampire Diaries. I need to rewatch at some point. Invincible Season 4. Can't wait to see what happened. Me too. Me fucking too. We love an eclectic musical taste. Hell yeah. I looked it up. She's supposed to be 10, and Brock was 15, apparently. I thought she and Brock were the same age, and Ash was the odd one out. It's weird Brock is hanging out with a bunch of 10-year-olds now that you frame that like that, but whatever. Then again, this is a world where 10-year-olds go off on their own, become adults, and travel the world by themselves as a part of a rite of passage. Whatever, fuck it. I don't know why, but in my head, after watching the Has Been Season 2 trailer, I just think that Valentino and Velvet would be against Vox in what he's doing. Weird theory I have, I just felt like I need to share. Honestly, I think they're all in it together. I mean, as a group. I mean, even in the new logo, each of them have an imprint in the new logo. It's not just Vox that's in the new logo as well. It's all of them. They're a union. He might be spearheading this all, but they're all a group. I think they're all in this together, man. They're all in this together. I know what episode you're talking about. Hell yeah, you fucking nerd. Supernatural episode you're referring to is called French Mistake from season 6. That's only in season 6? Holy shit. You beat me to it. Nice. Would love a Yoshi Island movie before Galaxy. I don't know how you would do a Yoshi's Island movie, but yeah, maybe. Lucci, a different beast? That's ironic given his devil fruit. That's also very true. Do you think Magneto would be a good guy or bad guy in Avengers Doomsday? Reluctant good guy, I'm going to guess. This is another question about a few radical Resident Evil show. Who do you think would be a great actor for Wesker? Not to typecast him as another chiseled white guy with blonde hair, but Anthony Starr would aesthetically make a good Wesker. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of anybody else. If they made Kingdom Hearts, would you want it to be a movie or a series of it? The way Nomura operates Kingdom Hearts, if it is made, it will have to be made canon. So you're not going to get an adaptation. You might get like what they've done. It would have to be a story either where they didn't remake the game, like where they converted days into a movie assembly of all of the cutscenes, or something in the past, some separate story in the world, like the canceled Missing Link game, which was going to be on mobile. Like if they turned that into a series, into a movie, I think that would really work. But like adapting it, like the story of this game into a movie or a series, I think it would have to be a series. But like I don't know that they would do that. I mean, they did it with the manga and stuff like that. That's a different kind of beast. So there is a novelization and a graphic novelization of the series. I don't love it, but maybe it would have to be a series if that was the case. Watched Hazbin Hotel without watching Helluva Boss. I mean, that's how I started. I watched Hazbin Hotel first, but Helluva Boss I think is I don't know. I just think it's so much better. Is it just 2 songs make something a musical? Good point. I don't think so. I mean, it's very musically centric, but I don't know. Also, given how I know you're a month ahead on One Piece, just know that when you finish Water 7, Sangha is considered one of the biggest underrated arcs and my top favorite pre-time skip. I mean, from what I've seen, what a lot of people have said, I've seen a lot of people say this is their favorite arc, so I don't know. I like it a lot so far. I'm excited for Mandalorian Grogu. I really hope Bo-Katan is in the movie. I mean, it seems like she's probably not, based on everything going on that we know about it so far and what she's even said herself, but who knows? I doubt she'll be in it, though. I really do doubt she'll be in it. But I am excited for it. Will I ever watch Vampire Diaries on my channel? Only if somebody if it wins a poll. I mean, I'm glad you're enjoying Water 7 Song because it's another one of those arcs where it focuses and expands on the part of the world like Skypiea, but this focuses on Cypher Pole. I like this a lot more than Skypiea so far. What's up, everybody? What's up, Christian? How are you doing? Cats are all doing good. K-pop Demon Hunter, do you think the Demon King is dead? Well, I don't know. From what we saw, obviously not my reaction, but what we've seen after the fact, and what the realization I made after the fact is like none of the demons they slay stay dead. They just get sent back to the demon realm. So I'm going to assume no, because we don't see, other than Genu giving his soul, we've not seen any demon die. They just get sent back to the other side. So I don't know. Do you think Bianca and Wednesday will ever be close friends? And do you think Ajax and Bianca will be dating in season 3? They definitely hinted that something might be going on between Bianca and Ajax. So maybe. I think there's a very strong chance they might be. But I do think that like Bianca and Wednesday, I do think they are friends. They just, in this season, they were just kept apart because of their individual stories so much. I'd say yes to both. Do you think Thrawn forms an Imperial Remnant army and is defeated, then the remnant of that becomes the First Order? I think Thrawn stuff is completely separate to the First Order. Actually, we know it is, based on The Mandalorian Season 3. The First Order is a completely different subsect, a different, like, under Hux's father, under his tutelage. All of that is a separate section of the different individual warlords. And Thrawn is just a different subsection. So I just think it's adjacent. I don't think it's connected. Have I ever watched Courage the Cowardly Dog? Hell yeah, definitely did. When it first came out. Loved that shit. You guys gotta remember, I was born in 88. I've seen a lot of that shit. I really want to see Halle Berry return as Storm. I mean, I'd kind of be shocked if we don't, but like it seems like maybe that's not in the cards based on some things that are floating around at the moment, but I wouldn't mind it. And it is Halle Berry, and she is fine as fuck. So why not? What's up, Rex? How are you? Really excited about it. Sadly, I'm feeling a little buzzed. I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't able to go to last year because my mom had surgery, but fingers crossed I might be able to go. If not, hope you have a good time. Oh, for Columbus, right? Because you were the one that mentioned the Columbus thing, right? Yeah. I hope you can too, because if you go, we can meet up. I know at least one other person is going to be going there from the channel, another subscriber. A couple people will probably be there as well, but like, yeah, I hope so. I hope you can go. Do not do any spray, please. If you have a question about Wednesday, keep it to season 1 or part 1 to part 2. I've not seen yet part 2 of the season 2 part 2, so swear words, please. Please stop with the swear words thing, because it's not going to stop. It's not going to happen. And we've already been talking about part 2, and I am not banning or barring anybody here from talking about part 2. As I've mentioned before, I'm rewatching through the MCU, Winter Freaking Soldier. Oh my force, that movie is so freaking awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 tomorrow, yeah. Winter Soldier is kind of on a different level. There's a new Transformers comic run that's been coming out, and it's fantastic. The story and the characters from this comic run is what Transformers fans have been wanting for a while. This latest issues come out this week. Will end the current arc from Daniel Warren Johnson, and Robert Kirkman will be taking a crack at it starting next month. I'm sure I've heard of him. Of course I've heard of him. Walking Dead, Invincible. Yeah, I know Robert Kirkman. Interesting. It's interesting he's going to be tackling Transformers. I don't keep up with Transformers stuff. I really don't. Unless it's like a movie or animation or something like that. Like, it's not my jam. Beast Wars was my jam. Regular Transformers, not so much. But I hope it's doing well, then. Pink Popcast is a very fun channel. I'll have to check them out then. I meant to say Scar Around the Eye. Let's see. Do you think Princess Peach will get kidnapped by Bowser and be a damsel in distress like in the Mario games and the new Mario Galaxy film that's coming out next year, or is she going to be an amazing fighter? She's going to be an amazing fighter. She's not going to be the damsel in distress. Again, I doubt it. I really doubt it with the way things played out last time. What's up, Nick? How are you doing? If you ever want to react to a long-running animated series franchise, I would recommend Ben 10. Reactions are popping off on YouTube right now. I mean, I watched a lot of the original show when it first came out. I never finished it, but I watched that. I mean, I said this a bunch of times. I've watched that, and I watched the one where they're teens. But I never watched the ones after that because I hated the animation change. So I just never gave them a chance. Have I watched Transformers Prime? Oh, sorry. I got it confused with 1. No, I have not seen Transformers Prime, Christian. Loved Will and Grace. Ben. Just Ben. I'm just Ben. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. Sorry. Did I ever ship Rachel and Joey in Friends? And did you like Rachel and Ross more? Did I ever ship Rachel and Joey? Fuck no, I didn't. So when that's one of the storylines. I get it. I get why they did it. I don't love it. And I'm glad it's very short-lived. And I do prefer Ross and Rachel, for sure. Ahsoka and Thrawn's canon fates will be interesting to see. Yes, it will. The thing revealed to me reminded me of the Change of Receivers with Tom Riddle reveal. Just me? No, you're pretty spot on. I didn't make that connection, but I get it. When watching Friends originally, at least, where did you fall on the we were on a break? Ross side, Rachel side? And has that opinion changed with age? I think initially when I watched it the first time, I was on Ross's side, because I think, one, obviously he's still fucked up. Morally, ethically, whatever. What he did is still fucked up, break or not. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. What he did is insensitive as all fuck. It's literally the same fucking day or the next day, either way, kind of fucked up. Not even kinda, extremely. After, on many rewatches, the thing is, they never agreed to be on a break. She said, maybe we should take a break, not let's take a break, or we are taking a break, inciting that there should be a conversation about said break. There was no agreement by either party that they were on a break. And then he left and then did the thing. So by that rationale, despite Rachel later saying, I think we're on a break, or I think we broke up, or whatever the fuck she said, despite that, they technically never agreed to actually take a break. So Ross cheated. In my mind, Ross whole ass cheated. And even if he didn't, it's still a fucked up thing to do. That soon is insane. But then again, Ross is kind of insane. And to his, in some semblance of his defense, he was drunk as shit. And he thought some other things were happening that most certainly were not. And Mark was over at the apartment and he heard him on the phone and he thought that was validation, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying, I get his headspace. It doesn't rewrite the reality of it, though. Yeah. Yes. 100%. Sorry. I am very passionate about the break thing. I love it as a running gag, but I'm on Rachel's side. He next level fucked up. To be one minor little thing to his credit, I do think it is a little weird that Rachel had Mark over, friend or not, right after that, at that moment. A little weird. but all things considered, that's not really his concern either. You know, if he was secure about everything going on and trusted her about everything going on, whatever. Sorry. Sorry. Actually, I'm not. Fuck it. No, I'm not sorry. Princess! Who's my favorite Resident Evil villain? Mine's Wesker. I think you meant Wesker. Wesker. Your autocorrect is hating you today. Okay, so I finished season 4 of Buffy, and now I do a stop after season 5 because that's how I know it's supposed to end. And I hate that the Spike and Buffy stuff. Oh, it was supposed to end with season 5? I should probably rewatch it knowing that. I didn't know that because I hate the fucking actual ending a lot. You skipped a lot, and then one of my questions, you haven't read any of my questions, so would you please freedom if you can? I've read every one of your comments, Bianca. I have no idea what you meant there. I 100% have read every comment that has popped up here. I hope we see Zatanna movie one day. Me too, man. Me fucking too. I'm not a massive fan of season 6 and 7 because of that reason. All right. Yeah. I get it. Darkly, I know. I haven't seen Vampire Diaries, but I know Lauren Cohen was in that. Oh, I did not know she was in that, actually. Oh, wait, Ginger, you've seen it all before. In that case, do what you want. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Well, you guys are talking about it, at least. James said that there are hints in the intro song dance of Peacemaker Season 2 as to what the overall story is. Interesting. Spike gets so obsessed with Buffy and it turns into love. I freaking hate it so much. He essayed her. Yeah, I never really liked her and Spike getting together. Also loving rewatch of Angel. Got one more episode of season 1. Angel still makes me swoon. Swoon. Do I like non-linear narrative in stories of movies? Yeah, I do. God, fuck, man. Memento? That was a mind fuck, but yeah, I do. What's up, TJ? How are you? Once again, thank you for your Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coverage. No thanks needed at all, man. I am loving the shit out of it. Let's see. Have you watched Transformers Prime? No, I have not. Rick Flag Sr. used to work for S.H.I.E.L.D. Hydra. Now he's working at Argus. You might need to put Transformers Prime on your poll then. Maybe. May need to do that. Ben 10. Omniverse has a very different art style, but it's still great. Honestly, I think the style is better than the middle two shows. Just different. No. Nope. No, Joey and Rachel. Yeah. The difference between Prime and YouTube releases of Helluva Boss are subtle, but nice, such as scenes reanimated, backgrounds changed, and one thing I noticed is Unseen as Stolas' cape and Ozzy episode. Yeah, I saw that as well. I saw that getting called out. But yeah, a lot of scenes have been reanimated for Prime, have been updated with new animation for the Prime version of Helluva Boss, as well as a bunch of background elements have been changed, which makes me think that there's retcons happening in the background, small ones, to make it consistent with everything else. Which means some of the little references, some of the little call-outs, some of the other little gags in the background don't make sense with, I think, some of the changes that have happened behind the scenes with the show based on some things I've talked to Viv about when I did the interview or whatever. But I think, yeah, there's definitely been some retcons. Also, on Rachel's side here, same. What's up, Mr. Messy? How are you? Not too much. Facts, exactly. Peacemaker coming to Fortnite tonight? Really? Did not know that. Also, goddamn, you hated the art style for Ben 10? For the one after Alien Force. Personally, I loved it. For Alien Force and Ultimate Alien art style. No, like, not the original Ben 10. The original Ben 10 was the one I liked. And I didn't mind Alien Force, because that's the one where they're teenagers, right? It's whatever came after that one. I did not like it. I did not like it. Whatever the one came after the teenage time jump one. Rachel, maybe we should take a break. Ross sleeps with another woman. Bro is indefensible. And we probably thought the Omniverse art style sucked. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Did you hear about the whole missile bounced off UFO on the news? Do you think aliens are real? Do I think they are here? I don't know. Do I think aliens exist out there in the universe? Of course. I think logically there has to be other life out there. Whether or not they can travel here is a wholly different question. Also, UAF, Ultimate Alien Force, has the worst art style by far. I disagree with that, but that's okay. what are these shows? Yeah, so whatever the first 3 shows were, I like the art style. The last 2, hate it. So that would be Omniverse and the 2016 one. What? I did not know that was meant to be the finale. I mean, it's far less detailed than classic, at least. Buffy was supposed to end on 5 because she dies saving Dawn. Supernatural was supposed to end on season 5 too. But profits, man. Profits. What's up, D. Cole? How are you? What are your thoughts on Fantastic Four first steps? Please explain. 1, don't ask me that in these streams, because if I watch the thing, you will have my thoughts in the videos on the thing. I have not seen Fantastic Four, so I have no thoughts. Don't please explain me. I'm sorry, that annoyed the shit out of me just reading that. Oh, you mean Ben 10 Omniverse? Okay, that's understandable. Ross had trust relationship wise after Carol, so Mark being there not shouldn't have mattered. They worked together and got along. Yeah, all of his shit was just his own insecurity playing up in his head. Like I said, I understand that train of thought. It does not excuse what he did. You know? Also, thinking of that scene with Mark and her, I kind of want Chinese food now. I kind of want some Chinese food because that's what they brought. That's what he brought her. Don't hate it, but I do understand. Also, don't like the 2016 one. The art style reminds me too much of Teen Titans Go. Honestly, I think Teen Titans Go looks better than that. Ben 10, 20. Why is there so many Ben 10s anyway? I don't know, man. This 2016 one looks like it's like Dora the Explorer. What the fuck is this garbage? No. Ross is so insecure, I hate it. Psycho Ross is funny though. The sandwich bit is the best. Or Red Ross. Come on, gotta go Red Ross. Unagi. Salmon skin roll. I already had Chinese food for dinner. Had chicken chow mein. I think we're gonna be getting pizza tonight. Yeah, I don't like the reboot art style either. Swiper, no swiping. 2016, the reboot gets too much hate. The actual animation is better than the art style. I mean, it's probably simplified in a way to make the animation more fluid, more than likely. Ben 10 is the most successful franchise from Cartoon Network. Is it? Or are they just afraid to make something new? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I liked the original, and I liked, I don't think I ever finished Alien Force. I liked it. I liked Alien Force for the longest time. I don't think Alien Force had the same charm that the original show had, but I'm not sure if I finished the original. I know I've seen most of both. I don't know if I've finished each though. Yeah, no, it is. That's why they milk it. I haven't mentioned my emo boy. I miss him. You miss that Sandman? You miss that rough, coarse little dream? Come to give you those dream time snuggies. All right. Let's see. All right, so the highest viewed Cartoon Network broadcasts. Ben 10 Alien Swarm at number 3. Ben 10 Race Against Time. Other than that, it's not in the top 10 or top 20. So whatever those two are, Alien Swarm and Race in Time are the only Ben 10 things in here. Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins is number 1 with the most views. Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster is number 2. Then Star Wars Clone Wars, Dragon Ball Z, Fire Breather, Dragon Ball Z, Adventure Time, Total Drama Action, Total Drama Island, Adventure Time, Dragon Ball Z Ninjago, Adventure Time, Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if these are individual episodes. It's got to be episodes. Most successful popular shows include critically acclaimed, highly rated Adventure Time, Gumball, and Regular Show. Other major successes are Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, and Ed, Edd n Eddy, as well as additional franchises like Ben 10, which became a billion-dollar global franchise. So maybe that's what you're talking about right there. Franchise successes versus success rating, like for massive franchise. So maybe financially, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, it's got to include Sandman, more like Sad Man. Shut the fuck up, Nick. That was lame, but I love you because he is so sad too. Do you think Peach will get kidnapped by Bowser in the new Mario second movie that's coming out next year? Or is she going to be the badass fighter? Well, you already asked me that and already answered it. Sorry to ask that again. I actually gotten off the live stream of the video chat that you were doing. Okay, there you go. No worries. Which aliens from Alien Force do you remember? Fuck. Alien Force aliens. I don't remember any of their names, but looking at pictures, I remember all of them. Visually, I don't remember their names though. What was the god one? Alien X or something like that? Who's like, could do fucking anything. That thing was insane. I do. Can we have Sandman back, please? I'm going to have fried rice and wings for dinner. That sounds pretty fucking good, actually. Not the fact check. Those are live action movies. Well, apparently they topped the they topped the charts more than any individual episodes of the actual show, which is interesting. I think both Ross and Rachel were in the wrong because Rachel had Mark over to her apartment, which proved Ross's point that she had slight feelings for Mark. Well, that doesn't prove anything. Because she didn't at the time. That wasn't why he was over. They were actually just friends, which was the point. It doesn't really prove anything, but from Ross's perspective, yes. It does. Again, it doesn't make it, yeah. And also, yes, very, very good point. Mark invited himself over, to which point he revealed he had feelings for Rachel, even though that was not reciprocated. They were friends. Look at you, Nick. Look at you. Look up Ultimate Aliens to see which ones you remember. Ultimate Aliens. I don't think I ever got to Ultimate Aliens. I don't think I remember any of that. I know I didn't watch it, so I don't know if there's any crossover or not. Fuck are these? Oh. Okay, I've seen some of these. But a lot of these I don't recognize. Wait, are these like hybrids? Are these like combination ones? They look like merged. I don't know. Did you know that Gravity Falls had a secret message from the first dog that was talking backwards? There was a lot more if Future Life was more backwards talking secret messages. Yeah, somebody mentioned, I saw that in the comments actually. Yes, Alien X is that powerful. Yeah, I saw a death battle with that motherfucker and something, I can't remember. I think it was, I think they faced a Ben 10 face off against Green Lantern, I think it was, I can't remember. Also, Rachel should not have had Mark over when she insisted on it. However, she said no strongly to him at the door. Ross still had the bad thing to do, though. Yeah. Good morning from Australia. Damn, the comments are all over the place. Yes, they are. So here are some random ones from Down Under. Wednesday is one of the finest ensemble shows on television. I could give a rat fuck about. About what? About what? What was the continuation here? It's definitely a great show. I don't know if I'd put it in the finest ensembles on TV ever, but it's definitely a good show. I could definitely give a rat fuck about. Here's the rest of it. Friends, especially since the only real talent on the show was allowed to die. Are we talking about what happened to Matthew Perry? And the only real talent on the show? I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. Opinions aside, that's just absurd. Let's see. I love how we were on a break line, became a running joke throughout the rest of the seasons after season 3. Same. Ultimate Alien is peak. If you want more Alien X action or lore, you get them in Ultimate Alien and Omniverse. Ultimate Alien gimmick is just that some of them evolve into more powerful forms. Okay, that's why they looked familiar, but different. Do you think Earth X will be revealed this week? Again, I don't think it's necessarily Earth X. But I don't know. But it's just a similar Earth, maybe. Alien Earth is brilliant. It's been pretty good so far. Friends makes me miss the 24 episode season span. Yeah, I was gonna say it's cheaper to make, but then again, their salaries were nothing to be flaunting around. But I do miss it though. But then again, it's also like a 24-minute episodic sitcom. It's cheap as fuck outside of the cast's salaries, but you know, it's very different from some of the other stuff that we got. Don't like Friends that much, but every actor is very talented. Yeah, I grew up on it. It's my second favorite show of all time. Ross is the character I relate to the most, as well as Chandler. I feel, you might go to therapy. if you relate to Ross the most, you might need therapy. Chandler is probably the one I relate to the most, as well as his defense mechanisms, very much so learned. It's not absurd. He could have had a huge career afterwards. Oh no, you're right. He should have. He definitely should have, especially compared to some of the others. I'm surprised not all of them did. Only Jennifer Aniston is the only one that really had a surviving, consistent career after, which I find kind of shocking to be completely honest, because like all of them are fucking amazing. Even in the other stuff that I've seen them all in, they're all amazing. But then again, Matthew Perry, like even his other films and stuff, I fucking love. Like Whole 9 Yards, Serving Sarah is a great rom-com. I actually really love that one. Whole 9 Yards, Whole 10 Yards. Shit, what was it? 17 Again. Loved that one. Yeah, underrated as hell. Underrated as hell, man. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, me too, man. That one fucking broke me. Love your streams. Thank you, Sheldor. Do you enjoy your commentaries though? Time for breakfast. Hope you have a good breakfast, Rob. After 12 weeks, finally Lord of the Mysteries Season 1 concluded, and episode 13 broke me. I can't remember any anime episode hitting this hard in years. This has now jumped to one of my top recommendations, and I highly recommend everybody give this a watch immediately. Lost also had 20 plus episodes. Different time, man. Different time. TV and the ad space and all that kind of stuff allowed for it. We don't really have the infrastructure for it anymore. Here's something interesting. Isabella Rossellini voiced the Bat Queen on Owl House, and she also had a cameo on Friends. Interesting. Relate to some parts of Ross as well, which I recognize are a problem. To be fair, same. Same. I mean, I relate to Ross where he's kind of shy. Fair enough. I also have anger issues like Ross sometimes over very weird specific things. Don't forget Perry's time on West Wing or Ally McBeal. I didn't know he was in those. I've never watched Ally McBeal or The West Wing, so I did not know he was in there. Remember the episode where he was trying to prove evolution to Phoebe? Yeah, that's me. She would break me. Oh yeah. I don't relate to Ross where he's divorced twice, whereas haven't been married once yet. He was a psycho side for sure. I've got one divorce in the slot, so there's that. Let's see. How excited are you for the new Nolan movie? I'm pretty excited. I'm excited for Odyssey. Ross was divorced 3 times. I'd be happy if we get 10 or 12 episodes these days or in the teens. Family is currently watching Wednesday season 2. We have the last 2 episodes left. Oh yeah, thankfully you came in right now because we were talking about some of the other episodes already from the last round. Especially one of the big twists. So don't watch earlier bits of this stream then. Hope we get to watch it after we eat tonight without spoilers. How was the ending? I really dug it. There's a twister-rooney coming that I didn't see coming somehow, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I like this season, I think, overall more than the last one. I hope they give each story like episodes that could tell a good story, and House of the Dragon felt rushed because they only had 8 episodes. Yeah, there is that. It all is the budget depending for the most part. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we caught up to the chat. It's a little slow at the moment. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. The only thing I've put in my body since I woke up today has been whiskey, and that's probably not a good thing. So I'm probably gonna order a pizza or something. I'm gonna be lazy tonight. I'm probably gonna order me a pizza. So, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for spending this time over here just chit-chatting, get a little bit of escape from everything. And hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, and I will catch you guys next Saturday. Take care, everybody.